Yes, Summit County sells tax lien certificates, and they sell tax defaulted property, and they sell bulk sales.
Hey, are you considering participating in the Summit County, Ohio tax lien auction? Well, today, Ted Thomas, who is, of course, the tax lien and tax deed certificate authority, is going to break down that auction process, share some tips, and basically answer a lot of questions that all you guys have sent in. So, hey, Ted, we're going to roll right into it. First question is Sergio, and he lives in Summit County, Ohio, and he sees that they have auctions, scheduled auctions for both tax lien certificate and tax deed. So the question is, how can that be possible? He thought, a state is either going to be tax deed or tax lien. So what's your insight there, Ted?
Well, Summit County, the property taxes there have to be collected. So what they do in that county is they allow the county to sell tax defaulted property, that's tax deeds, and the county property tax could sell tax lien certificates. So anybody could get confused. Now, there are a few states that are hybrid states that do both. But this particular county is well searched by hundreds of people every single week because they do a lot of things in Summit County. So let's first define the tax defaulted property, then we'll do tax liens. Then I'll talk about this county being a little bit on the unusual side, and it's good to know the rules. So my number one rule for people when they're learning is, for goodness sake, read the rules and know what you're doing. So a tax defaulted property simply means someone did not pay the property tax, and when they didn't, the county will send numerous notices of default, and then if the people don't pay, the county is going to seize, they're going to go out and confiscate the property, and then they're going to resell it for something very close to back taxes. All right, now if they don't do that, there's other states that we call tax lien states, and those states, they're a little bit more benevolent. So what does that mean? Well, that just means that they're going to sell tax lien certificates. In other words, the property owner didn't pay the tax, so rather than go out and confiscate the property, they sell a piece of paper. Now, I don't have a tax lien on my desk, but it's simply a piece of paper like that. It's a piece of paper, and they're going to sell that tax lien certificate. So if you are buying one in Summit County, the maximum rate there is up around 18%, but we'll cover that in a minute. All right, so now we got two different things that are going on. Now, Summit County, they make the headlines. Why do they make the headlines? Because they do something different in that county than a lot of counties do, and they have what they call bulk sales. And you're saying, oh my goodness, you're scratching your head. What is a bulk sale? Well, the treasurer there has so many of these defaulted properties. I mean, this is a county that's in the middle of Rust Belt America. Now, Summit County, for those of you in the United States or anywhere else that are watching in this video, is right next to Cleveland. Now, the whole world knows where Cleveland is. It's right on Lake Erie. It's one of the oldest cities in the United States. It's a big industrial capital, and a lot of very famous people come from Cleveland. And I don't mean the baseball team and the football team and that stuff. I'm talking about a lot of famous industrialists made their home in Cleveland. So that's something that's well known. But Summit County, that's below Cleveland, so kind of like a bedroom community where people would commute. However, there's lots of factories were built in Summit County. Well, unfortunately, the county's economy has collapsed over the years, and now they have literally thousands of properties that they could either sell tax deed sales, where you get the property, or they could sell tax lien sales. Either one, you're still going to own in Summit County, and the economy there isn't so well. So let me put a caveat in. Folks, I'm just an investor like you are. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a registered investment advisor. I'm not a broker. So I don't have a dog in the hunt, as they say. I'm not a prosecutor. I'm not a appraiser for the county or anything like that. So I'm just an investor. So if you're going to buy, you want to buy and look at where you're buying. By that I mean, is the market going up? In other words, is real estate getting better? So let's cover Summit County because so many people are searching this county. I'm astonished at how many people do so. Now, I know that was a long answer, so let me just do a quick summary. Yes, Summit County sells tax lien certificates, and they sell tax defaulted property, and they sell bulk sales.
Well, Ted, you got questions that came in from all different, areas of the social media aspect. I mean, folks are seeing you on Twitter, they're seeing you on YouTube, Instagram. This question comes from Matthew, and I got to tell you, it's funny. It's a question I have too, regarding Summit County. He says he tried to attach a tax lien auction in Ohio. He said it wasn't like any other auction I've attended. It looks like they auction off blocks of hundreds of tax lien certificates. You couldn't pick which one you wanted to buy. So he wants can you explain how the tax lien sales work there in Summit County? Because it does sound completely different, Ted.
Okay, so first place that he'd want to start to do his research is go to the Summit County Property Records. Summit County Property Records. You'll go there and you'll find that what they have is a lot of properties that didn't pay the tax. All right, if they didn't pay the tax, then the county will issue a tax lien certificate. All right, now what if nobody buys the tax lien certificate? Oh, talk about a headache. Now the county doesn't get any money. The county has to have money, pay the county employees, pay the firefighters, pay the school teachers. They need money to maintain the roads, pay the police department. You get the idea. All right, so now it didn't sell at the tax lien auction. What are they going to do? They'll have another auction. Finally, that property is going to end up on a forfeited lands list or some defaulted list. All right, so you find this kind of stuff out at the Summit County Property Records. All right, so what is the county going to do? They've got a bulk of properties. They could not sell a tax lien, and they couldn't sell the property. It's the ultimate headache. What are they going to do to get revenue? So what they do is they package them all together. In other words, they take the property from over here that didn't pay, the one from over here, the one from up here, all throughout the county, and they put them together in bulk. In other words, bulk would be a whole list. Like this would be a list of pieces of paper. So I got all the different tax liens in there. So now they're all in bulk, and they're going to sell the whole package. Well, if you're an individual like I am now, I'm just an investor, folks. I'm not an attorney. I'm not an investment advisor, just an investor. I'm not going to buy a bulk of these things. What do I want a bulk for? I want one so I can earn the 18.5% interest. All right, so who are they going to sell those to? They're going to sell those to hedge funds, to banks, people like that. Now, they're probably going to do another item that isn't mentioned in any other county. They're probably going to do a negotiated sale because they can't get rid of this stuff. All right, my point is, when the market gets so bad that they can't sell to regular investors, they're now packaging good tax liens with bad tax liens, put it in a package, put a knot on it. Here, you get the whole package. So those sales are basically to big hedge funds, big investors. Now, if you had a whole group of people and you want to buy a lot of those, but keep in mind what you're getting. The county, if you read, go to the Summit County Property Tax Records. Go there and read. Okay, now take my word for it. It's there. They're going to tell you they're going to take good tax liens and put them with bad tax liens, and they're going to brag about it. Listen, I don't make the rules. I'm just telling you where to go.
Well, this next question is from somebody named Carmen, who is really interested in buying tax certificates in Ohio, Ted. Maybe they'll change their mind after listening to you talk about them. But the question is, can you tell me what's the highest interest rate I can earn in Summit County, and how long until I can start the foreclosure process?
Okay, so the rules are always formulated by the state legislature. So the legislature forms the rules. In other words, what's the rate going to be? What's the redemption going to be? Okay, the legislature takes the rules and they push it down to the county supervisors or the board of supervisors. Board of supervisors or the county commissioners. All right. So now Summit County is going to control that. All right. So now Summit County is doing the enforcement of this. Okay. So the highest rate on a certificate in that county, according to their records, okay, is 18%. And the auction process is bid down. Okay, so the redemption period could be as long as 6 years. So hold on, folks, hold on. So listen closely what I'm going to say. I love to say, people, buy tax certificates. I'm fond of saying, look, I think it's the safest investment in America today. Why? You bought one in Arizona. If you didn't pay it 3 years later, you're going to get the property. If you do it in Florida, it's only 2 years. In Summit County, it's 6 years. I don't even know if I'm going to be here in 6 years, okay? You're getting my point. Researching 3,000 county websites is a big job, too. So what we finally did is we created an auction calendar. So just think about an auction calendar. Think about a calendar of the United States, and we can take you to every county in the United States and tell you when the tax auction is going to take place and how many properties. And then if you want to go into the county records, you can even do that. So that county's that particular a demo of that is right below me. It's free. You can see the demo.
Take Ted up on that offer. It's right there in the description column. Click on it and take a look at it. And be sure to watch us next time. Thanks for watching.